Every time I speak with people, whether it's in the office or out in the community, I'll often ask them what their most important asset is. Without fail, they'll tell me it's their health. The problem with that is when I ask them to define what health is, they usually hesitate, or they tell me that it's how they feel. But upon review of the people that they know and they hang around with, they realize that a lot of the people they know felt great, but ended up being diagnosed with chronic diseases like diabetes, cancer, or even ended up having a heart attack and maybe dying. So my question to them is then, well, how is feeling good important? Well, really, it is important because I love feeling good as well, but we shouldn't define health by how we feel. So as chiropractors, we feel that you should define health by function. And there's one system in your entire body that basically controls that function, and that is your nervous system. In 1999, I was trying out for the university soccer team. And here I was working hard at making that team. And I remember going into the corner for a ball, and there was this bigger guy that was trying to get the ball from me. And I remember that shearing pain going down my leg. And I dropped down to the ground and was wondering, what I was going to do. I didn't want to move because I knew if I moved, the pain would probably get worse. So the medical staff came on the field and assessed me, and they told me to go to the medical doctor the next morning. So as a good patient would do, that's exactly what I did. And I went to the medical doctor, and really all I found there was a doctor not really engaging with me, asking me how I felt, what had happened, and just ready to promote a muscle relaxer and a painkiller. So I went home and I actually filled out that prescription and started taking the muscle relaxer and the painkiller. In the next few days, I still wasn't sleeping well. I was hardly sleeping. I was still in pain, and I nearly failed an exam, which I had never done before, being under the influence of these drugs. So I thought, you know what, this doesn't make sense. This is not for me. I gotta try something new. So I tried physiotherapy, I tried massage therapy, but still really marginal improvements, still not sleeping well, and at that point become a little bit cranky and angry that I wasn't playing soccer. So as the universe wants it and brings people together, I remember like it was yesterday, I'm going up the stairs of the science department, and I meet this gentleman who's coming down, and he looks at me and says, "Oh my gosh, Clayton," he says, "what's happening?" I said, "Well, I was playing soccer and something happened and my back went out and I'm not feeling that great, obviously." And he could see that I was bent like the letter L. And he says, "You know what, it's funny because," he says, "I've been teaching for over 10 years. I'm actually coming back to school to take a few more classes, science classes, to become a chiropractor." And he says, "My brother is a chiropractor here in town." And I said, "You know what, whatever it takes, I will travel whatever miles. I need to get rid of this." So the next day, I go and see his brother, who is a chiropractor. And he brings me in, and it's not more what he did, more than what he said. And he took me, patted me on the shoulder, and he says, "Clayton, you're at the right place. We're going to take care of you. We've seen many of these cases before." And what he did after blew me away. He looked at me, examined me, took a very detailed health history of what had happened, examined me by doing some scans. He did some range of motion, and then afterwards he says, "You know what, go home. I'm going to take a look at everything and come back tomorrow and we'll review your case and we'll explain what's wrong, what we're going to do, how long it's going to take, and the cost." So I go home and I come back all excited to hear what he was going to say, and he presented that to me, and I had that aha moment because the way he explained it to me as to what had happened and what was wrong, I still use with my patients today because it totally revolutionized the way that I viewed health. He gave me my first chiropractic adjustment. That same night, I have to say, I have never slept so good. First night in probably that 2-week period that I could actually sleep over or sleep for the whole night. The following visit I go again, I tell him my success. I said, "Holy geez, I slept the whole night." He gives me another adjustment, and I actually go and practice for the first time since my injury. And 3 adjustments later, I'm actually playing again. And that was mind-boggling to me, that the only thing the medical profession could offer was medication, and the physiotherapist had given me some exercises, but I was already in pretty good shape. So none of that really made sense until the way this chiropractor explained it to me. So after 3 adjustments, I'm back to playing soccer, and not too long after, I went to the registrar's office, and I changed my course load, took more science classes, and then lo and behold, 3.5 to 4 years later, I'm in chiropractic school becoming a chiropractor. The funny thing is, because one chiropractor was devoted enough to share his story and take me under his wings and make me better and make me realize really what health was, I'm able to give back today something that I call a gift, which is chiropractic, that I share with everybody every day. And that's why I'm motivated when I get up in the morning to be able to touch the lives of as many families as we've touched the last years at Roach Chiropractic Center. I get to treat my parents, I get to treat newborns, kids, adolescents, seniors, and whether it's to help them just move better, get better at their sport, or just be able to do something that they love to do that they haven't been able to do, health is important. Health is everything that you have. So for me to be able to have a hand in their quality of life, it's a responsibility I take very seriously. So I do my best to be the best that I can be so that when patients come in, I can literally change their lives and put them on a better path. So I look forward to hearing from you, and I look forward to being able to add value for you. Take your health seriously. I made a choice to become healthy, and now the choice is yours. Thank you.